Welcome back. Major news today out of Missouri as the state legislature there overrules Governor Jay Nixon's veto of a concealed carry law. So just how big a victory is this for Second Amendment advocates? Miranda Kahn has more.
JD, well, it's been a long time coming, but today Missouri lawmakers finally hit their mark, shooting down a concealed carry veto.
Retreating in complete safety is probably preferable. But the ability to actually make that decision under the threat of your life, I'm not sure is possible.
As of January 1st, Missouri will allow constitutional carry, meaning people can carry a firearm for self-defense without a government permit.
It's very useful to someone who is charged with harming another individual and they're claiming that it was self-defense.
My office received
Governor Jay Nixon vetoed the bill earlier this year, calling it an extreme blow to sensible safeguards against gun violence. Even some gun instructors voiced concern.
To me, not having the training for carry conceal would be like doing away with the training for driver's licenses.
In the end, Missouri lawmakers disagreed and shot down the governor's veto. The NRA, which supports the GOP presidential nominee,
I'm officially announcing the NRA's endorsement of Donald Trump for president.
sent out this tweet applauding their efforts.
When you get in the court of law, the duty to retreat actually gave an advantage to the assailant. I think this takes that advantage away.
And the new legislation also allows house guests, like babysitters, to use deadly force if involved in a confrontation at a home. One more note, JD, Jay Nixon has become now officially the most overridden governor in Missouri history. JD, back to you.
So I guess the legislature is showing him in the show me state. Thanks very much, Miranda. For more on this, we're pleased to be joined via Skype from Atlanta by the co-founder of the Women Vote Trump PAC, Amy Kremer, and via Skype from Holland, Michigan, the former chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, Pete Hoekstra. Pete, now a Shillman Senior Fellow for the Investigative Project on Terrorism. He's also the author of the book, Architects of Disaster, The Destruction of Libya. Pete, we should point out that you had hoped at one point to become governor of Michigan. You look at what's happening in Missouri. Your reaction to what the state legislature did there to Democratic Governor Jay Nixon?
Well, I think it was a good thing what happened today. I think this just captures the overall theme of what Americans are feeling right now, whether it's the right to, to carry a concealed weapon or whatever. Rules and regulations are just stifling business. They're stifling individuals. And this is just a nice victory for the gun guys and for the good guys. Where you carry the weapon has nothing to do with weapons training or these types of things. So the arguments the other people brought against this really didn't have a lot of merit.
Amy, before I get your comment on the law itself, it's important to take a look at the way it's being framed. And we know any number of millennials who get their news from The Daily Show. Their new host, Trevor Noah, who I believe just got here from South Africa, offered an interesting take on this and somewhat predictable. Let's watch it and then we'll get your reaction.
Police all over the country want more gun restrictions, not fewer, because this makes their job harder. Loosening all of these laws makes the policeman's job so much harder than it already is. Because if goes down and suddenly everyone pulls out a gun, how do the cops know who to shoot? I mean, obviously the black guy first, but after that, who do they shoot?
So a cheap and predictable laugh on the left. Why does the left take such a, well, I know it's supposed to be a comedy show. The sad thing is, though, a lot of kids get their news from that. Right. How do you reconcile this with reality?
Well, I mean, look, it is that, of course, the left doesn't want, the left doesn't want anybody to have a gun. They would take away all of our rights. They are about big government, more intrusion, more regulations, restrictions, and laws in our lives. And I have to echo exactly what Pete said, that, this is symbolic of what's going on across America right now. And what happened in the state of Missouri, I think the vote was 24-6 in the Senate, 112-41 in the House. I mean, that was not even close. It was overwhelming. Wyoming, and those are the most direct representation of the people in the state of Missouri. And what they did is they overrode the highest executive in that state. And I think that that is a good thing. And we just have to continue to get our message out there, JD. I mean, that is the only thing we can do. What is going on across this nation right now with Donald Trump, the people are rising up and saying no more. We're just not going to take it. And this is exactly symbolic of what is happening.
Well, you mentioned something else, and those were the numbers that were clearly bipartisan. Now on to a partisan divide in the presidential campaign, dealing with the pivot. When Donald Trump this morning said Hillary Clinton began the whole questioning of President Obama's birthplace and birth certificate during the 2008 election. Let's listen.
She brought it up, and I was the one that was successful in getting him to release his birth certificate.
The bottom line is this. We know that Obama now, he was born in America, correct?
You watch my statement. We have to keep the suspense going, okay? So you watch, you're my friend, you watch the statement.
And so right there earlier this morning with Maria Bartiromo on the Fox Business Channel, there was Donald Trump basically laying out, come watch my statement. So the statement includes all the Medal of Honor recipients who've endorsed him and the senior retired military officers. And then he says, oh yeah, President Obama was born in America, period. Now, I just want to show you guys what happened. Hillary Clinton went ballistic. Check this out.
He is feeding into the worst impulses, the bigotry and bias that lurks in our country. Barack Obama was born in America, plain and simple, and Donald Trump owes him and the American people an apology.
So, Pete, now I know that the leftist media has gotten apoplectic, but the fact is, whether it was Hillary personally, there were people involved in her campaign that dredged all this up back in 2008. So Hillary, with her feigned outrage, isn't that just a little bit of pot, meat, kettle?
Oh, JD, they're struggling. The evidence is all there. It was the people who were supporting Hillary Clinton in 2007 in 2008 that first raised this issue. Trump got the president to release his birth certificate. He's talking about issues. Today, they tried to bait Mr. Trump, and Donald didn't take it. He stayed on the high road. The media covered covered him for, 45 minutes, listened to all these wonderful American heroes testifying about why Donald Trump needs to be the commander-in-chief. And he finished it all off by, walking away and saying, oh, yeah, that's right. Obama was born in the United States. Another good day for Donald Trump, and shame on Hillary Clinton. But, those of us in the deplorable basket, we're not going to take her bait.
Well, Amy, us adorable deplorables are getting a kick out of the way that Donald Trump is able to play head games with a dominant media culture that usually covers for the Democrats. Now, I'd be interested in just how you saw this pivot unfold today, but also what we're hearing from the Gallup organization yesterday that only about 32% of Americans still have faith in the mass media in this nation?
Right, JD. I mean, look, this is nothing that we out in the heartland don't know. It may be a shock to those, in that bubble in D.C. and in that New York bubble, the media bubble, but the American people just don't buy it anymore. And right, Hillary Clinton, I mean, she's using this. They are in panic mode right now because Donald is surging. He's got the momentum, and we all see what's going on with the Clinton campaign. And they never expected this. They thought that she had it in the bag to win it. And when the American people start paying attention and weighing all the issues, at hand here, they think that Donald Trump is the one to lead us out of this mess and get us back on track. The American people are not stupid. And that's I mean, JD, all they do is they want to divide us. I mean, you see Hillary Clinton last night at the Congressional Hispanic Caucus. Then today, you know, they get the Black Caucus, the Congressional Black Caucus, to come out and attack Donald Trump. That is what they're doing. They are trying to divide us. And what everybody needs to remember is that we are all Americans. It doesn't matter what, you know, what race we are, what gender we are, our age or anything. We are all Americans. And the polling shows that Americans don't like the direction this country is going, and they want change. And
one change has gone on here that hasn't been altogether welcome. Pete, you were backing John Kasich. We count John Kasich as a personal friend, both of us do. He showed up at the White House today extolling the virtues of the TPP. He's got a right to his opinion, but he still says he's not going to vote for Trump. Is history going to treat John Kasich kindly?
I don't think so, and I'm very disappointed by what John's doing. John is a friend, but, you know, when we're looking at someone asked me the other day, how long did it take you to move from Kasich to Trump? And I said, about 10 seconds. You know, I don't want someone who's going to raise my taxes. Elected president. I want someone who's going to get rid of regulations. I want a pro-life president. I want someone.
I want this to go on, but we're out of time. Pete and Amy, thanks very much.